One student is saying, Anup sir, please come.
Hey guys, what's up, people? What's up? How was your science exam? How was it?
Hey guys, hi everybody.
Hello everyone.
खुश तो बहुत हो गया आज तुम, है ना? We'll start
Yes,
like
yes.
this. Happy faces all around, I guess.
I know, right? The paper was quite easy, isn't
Okay.
it? I mean, the paper, at least the ones that I went through, was kind of easy. Set three, I think it was kind of easy, but I'm not really sure about other sets. But yeah, anyways, your tension, one more tension is down, right? A couple of
Yeah.
exams to go. It's not that you're, the whole battle is over, which is that one small portion of the battle is done. That is science. You don't have to worry about that anymore. Now, moving on to social science next. But, anyways, very warm welcome to all of you guys out there, people. I hope all of you guys have done really well in your boards. Let us know in the chat box, first of all, how was your science exam before we start. Fordia, all good?
Also, what I
Yes.
want to say is that I don't know about physics and chemistry, but I think whatever questions we had discussed, that most expected and all that. So in all the sets, those questions at least for bio were there. So I think
Yeah.
our students would
So
have definitely done a
whoever
great
attended
job.
the session got some good
Yes,
practice,
yes,
no?
yes. I'm sure about that.
Right. So, and like they are also saying, Nipun is saying, I put fire in the paper exam. There's students saying, paper thaya joke.
Exactly. Oh
Yes,
my
Naman,
god.
paper was easy. So, like Pritesh sir is saying, now for biology it was easy, and he covered the questions marathon. They got to see the same question. The same in chemistry also. Paper बहुत easy. I was like, if I compare it to term one, so it's like very easy paper. Plus
Exactly.
this thing. Yes, sir, you were adding something.
No, no, I'm saying yeah, exactly plus one.
Yeah, huh. And like those who attended the marathon sessions on the channel, then it would have been much easier for them.
True. Whoever missed out, you missed out, people, you missed out. A lot of
Even
good stuff.
Naman is saying the same thing that the paper was very easy. Most of the questions were repeated from your sessions.
Right,
Yeah,
exactly.
Nipun is saying it came from Pritesh sir's expected question. That session
See,
he
that's
did.
why I
Right.
told you, please watch the sessions that we have
Yeah.
taken because that is how the board, it does it.
Right,
So anyway,
exactly.
that's great that you guys had a great time.
Right. So, anyways, without wasting much time, we'll go through the question paper as well because
Yes,
you
yes,
guys have
quickly.
sessions. So, without wasting much time, people will start with set number three first. Go through the questions asked for all the three subjects: physics, chemistry, and bio. We'll start with bio and chemistry because they have other sessions right after this. Then we'll go to physics. All right. So, set number three, 31 bar 1 bar 3 is the question QP code apparently. All right. So, we'll start with chemistry. Let's go, man. Let's go.
Chemistry, the first question is also from chemistry. So, guys, how many marks are you expecting? Jaldi bata do in the chat box. Okay, how many marks are you expecting? Because we've done everything. The paper was so easy. You see the first question, dekhte like you would be like, wow,
40
you
on
got
40.
excited, isn't it? I
40
hope
on
you
40, ma'am.
control your excitement.
All
Yes,
40 on
Anup
40
sir.
itself. All 40 on
40 and
40.
40 and this is what I told the students also, like when a difficult question comes, that is a different situation, but it is more difficult to control yourself when the exam is very easy. You get overexcited and sometimes you don't know how to control that overexcitement. So I hope you did that and you attempted the questions very patiently and you have written the answers pretty much well. 40 and 40, amazing. So first question from chemistry. Give me the answer in the chat box, everyone, so that your answer can also be matched here. Okay? So you see two elements A and B belong to third period of the modern periodic table. Element A is from group number 1, alkali metals, and element B is from group 16. So what is asked here? They are asking to compare and give the justification of atomic size. So what happens? Yesterday we did this left to right across a period. When you are going, then what is happening? Effective nuclear charge will increase and the size of atom is going to decrease. So I can say element kept in group number 16, that is B, will be of smaller size. Yes, everyone has written the same thing, I guess. Yes, and the atom, the group number 1 may, the element that is given, that will be having a bigger size. Yes. Okay. The second part was about the metallic character. Again, left to right across a period. If effective nuclear charge increases, then metallic character decreases. So A is more metallic than the B. Yes. Okay. Awesome. I guess everyone has done it right. Yes, Veera, we will discuss all the sets. Do not worry. Okay. We are starting with set number 3. Yes, Uday, exactly. So you got 2 marks aram se in that question, है ना? The second question is super easy. Like Anup sir can also solve it. ऐसा था second question. So it
I
says
am
atomic.
the benchmark for all the classes. If you're doing
Yes,
better than me, you're doing good in life. That's what it means.
Anup sir will give the answer of this element.
I
Sir
can also
बताइए.
give.
हाँ, Pritesh sir, I don't underestimate you. See, biology wale still are like good in chemistry. The atomic number of a non-metal X is 8. What is that, Anup sir?
Oxygen?
First 20 elements तो याद हो गया आपको?
Is it oxygen? I don't know. Oxygen is.
हाँ,
Oxygen.
right.
Oxygen.
Pritesh sir is
Oxygen.
counting.
Yes.
Nice. Okay, see, Anup sir को भी पता है, तुमने तो जरूर ठीक किया होगा फिर, है ना? So that is oxygen. Write the period number. कौन से period से? 2 shells. It is having 2,6 is configuration. Second period, and group number would be what? 16. Yes. Huh, very good, Uday. Right, draw the electron down structure of the molecule. It would be making O2, isn't it? And there would be a double bond between the 2 oxygen atoms. 2 electrons each are going to be shared among the 2 atoms of oxygen. Done that right? I am sure you have done this. Here are the 4 marks from chemistry in the pocket like that. Khatam. Now Pritesh sir will be taking your question forward because math to bio mein is like, I can't do it.
Yes. So, which one of the two multicellular organisms, Pyrogyra and Planaria, reproduce by regeneration, and why? So it is Planaria, because Pyrogyra is a algae, it does fragmentation. So why? Because if a part of Planaria is cut, it regenerates those cells and an entire new organism can grow from it. And any other organism which reproduces by the same process, Anup sir?
Hydra? No. Close? No.
Hydra, then we have got starfish also.
Starfish also. All right. Huh. Look
Yes.
at that. Look at that, Shilpi ma'am.
Yes.
Look at that. I've become an expert in bio also now.
Yeah. And what happens when in a human female the egg released by the ovary is not fertilized? So it degenerates in the form of the menstrual flow. So it moves to the uterus and finally it degenerates. It is removed from the body in the form of the menstrual flow. And any one bacterial, yes, Udagiri, you are right. Any one bacterial and viral infection caused due to unsafe sex. So bacterial infection can be any STI. You can write syphilis, gonorrhea. Both are bacterial, and viral will be HIV/AIDS.
All right. Okay.
Okay.
I think we'll skip the physics questions for now and I'll come back to it later. You guys can finish off yours first.
Like if you want to take for this set, so you can still take that. It's
All
not
right,
like
so then I'll
till the
quickly go
3
through this. All right, the first question for physics people was the fifth one apparently. Name and state the rule to determine the direction of force experienced by a current carrying straight conductor placed in a uniform magnetic field which is perpendicular to it. Bacha question, put it out in the chat box, people, quickly. Name, okay, Sylvia, what is the answer? Right in thumb rule. Thumbs up. All right. exactly. Fantastic. It's nothing but Fleming's left-hand rule, which states that if you have to state it, it's going to be like thumb represents the direction of force, the index finger shows the direction of the magnetic field, and the middle finger shows the direction of current. As simple as that. Super easy question. We've done this a billion times, so I'm pretty sure you would have gotten it right. Okay, second one is where there was a little bit of confusion. The question is, an alpha particle while passing through a magnetic field gets projected towards north. In which direction will an electron project when it passes through the same magnetic field? Now, this particular question, how many of you guys got this one right? How many of you guys got this one right? It's a little confusing, so I'm pretty sure some of you guys would have gone with a different answer. So let me know in the chat box how many of you guys, attempted this question first of all, and if you did, easy. Me, what did you write today? What was the answer for this? Got it. All right, interesting. What was the answer, by the way? Right.
answer.
All right. Answer is right.
Right.
Is it okay? All right. Okay, to answer this question, people, see, alpha particle are positively charged particle. So that means that whatever is the direction of that particle, whatever direction the particle is moving, that is the direction of current as well. All right, and the particle is projected or it's getting deflected towards the north direction. So if that is the case, if you talk about an electron, now electron is a negatively charged particle, which means that when you take the direction of current, it is going to be opposite. So if the direction of current is opposite, the direction of force experienced by that electron will also be opposite, which means that if this is going north, then electron would be projected towards the south. All right, that would be the answer, because the direction of current is also changing. Now again, there is a little bit of ambiguity in this question, but yes, for now, I'm pretty sure that it'll be towards the south also. But again, there we need to get the actual answer key from the board to confirm it once and for all. All right. Okay. Moving on to the next question. That again, if you have skipped through that, I would say that is a better thing, because why do you want to risk it when the next question is actually very straightforward and easy? The question is, what is a solenoid, and draw the magnetic field produced by a solenoid. Super easy question. Very
Super
simple.
easy.
Exactly. What is it, Sylvia? What is the answer? What is a solenoid?
I know solenoid is, coiled magnet something, right?
Copper coil around a soft piece of iron.
Yes.
Wow, Pritesh sir. What is the magnetic field of a solenoid, Pritesh sir?
So this
See,
we
like
like
student has drawn na that thing.
the shape
Good
of
observation.
cylinder.
It's similar to that of a bar magnet. So yeah, I can remember it like that, people. So magnetic field is very similar to that of bar magnet. We have done this yesterday. We have done it so many times. What is a solenoid? Solenoid is nothing but an insulated copper wire which is wound to
Yeah.
look like a cylinder, or you can say that it is nothing but copper wire, n number of or n turns of copper wire put together to make it look like a cylinder. That is what is a solenoid.
Laminated coil.
Exactly.
Um.
That's it, ma'am. That's it. 100 marks.
Thank you.
All right. Sixth question. What is ozone? I think it's Pritesh sir, your turn.
Yes, so ozone is a molecule of oxygen O3, and apart from that, how is it formed in the upper layers of the Earth's atmosphere? So when the UV rays strikes the oxygen molecule which is present in the Earth's atmosphere, the oxygen molecule splits into atomic oxygen, and this atom of oxygen combines with the molecular oxygen to form O3, that is ozone, and it affects our ecosystem in the way that it protects us from the harmful UV radiations, because if these UV rays strike the life on Earth, so you can suffer through cataract, skin cancer, it affects the crop yield, it damages the DNA, and it also affects the immune system. So that is why it is a highly protective layer. So this I had told you that one question on environment, CFC or ozone will definitely be asked. So that here it is. And human-made ecosystem, super easy. An aquarium, a crop field, a garden, all of these are human-made ecosystems. And the reason, if you remember this, we had done in the questions also, that we do not need to clean a pond the same way like an aquarium, because a pond is a natural ecosystem having natural decomposers who decompose the organic waste, and that is why we do not need to clean a pond or a lake the way we need to clean an aquarium.
Okay, so sir, I guess ये question भी काफी general है ना?
I
Like
know.
this was like it was seriously easy, huh? Like the what is
Exactly.
ozone and like how does it impact the atmosphere?
You've probably studied in fifth standard, no? In environmental science and all that. Same question.
Exactly, yeah.
All right. Okay. Next one is also, I think, biology itself.
Yes, so variation are the differences that we see, the changes that we see in a species because of sexual reproduction. So the main reason for variation is sexual reproduction and survival of the fittest. So variation is seen in a population to survive, to continue their population. That is why the organisms bring a variation in them, and it is because of sexual reproduction, the mixing of the genes happen, leading to a variation. The next one, based on Mendel, in a cross between violet and white colored flowers, state the characteristic of the plants obtained in the F1 progeny. So in the F1, we'll get all violet, but they'll be heterozygous. And if F1 is self-pollinated, then you will get F2 in a ratio of 3:1, 3 violet, 1 white, but the genotype will be 1:2:1, pure violet, heterozygous violet, and pure white. Then If 100 plants are produced in F2, then how many will show the recessive trait? So only 25%. That is 25 of them. I think this was also quite easy. One word, one word answers.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Section A is done. That's all, people. Such easy
Wow.
question. No, such easy questions were asked in all of section A. Fantastic. How many figures, by the way, got all correct in this
All
particular set?
correct. How many marks? Yeah,
All
you are
correct.
expecting
This is
now
set
how many marks?
3. Yeah,
Yeah.
31/1/3. This one, how many figures got all the questions correct? The 2 markers, all questions correct. Wow, brain buddy,
Okay.
amazing, da. Super awesome, super awesome. All right, so we'll go to section B now. First, I believe, once again, is chemistry. Go ahead, ma'am.
Again is chemistry. Yeah, so the first section B mein, again guys, you were so much worried about the isomers. Ma'am, isomers mein what kind of questions will come, and it came in a choice question first of all, and second the basic isomer they have given. So what they've asked in the question, read the statement, draw two different possible structures of a saturated hydrocarbon having four carbon atoms in the molecule. So the point that you have to note here, they have given that two possible structures are there. So you see, the statement is easy in itself because they have not asked how many isomers would be there. They're clearly stating, do hai, just draw them. Hai na? So you have to draw those possible structures for a saturated hydrocarbon with four carbon. So what is this hydrocarbon? Saturated means it's an alkane. Alkane with four carbon atoms, butane we are talking about. Yes, everyone, easy, very good. So for butane, you have to draw, and they are saying what are these two structures having the same molecular formula called as isomers simply. Structural isomers. Okay, write the molecular formula simply C4H10. है ना, that will be same, and you can in fact draw their structures also. They have asked you the common name of these compounds. The first could be N-butane, that is the normal butane where you connect the four carbon atoms in a straight chain, right? And second one where you are connecting three carbon atom in a straight chain. Fourth you add as a substituent on second carbon, that is isobutane. So N-butane and isobutane, everyone has done that? Yes, Uday, exactly. Okay, also write the molecular formula of its alkyne, means they are asking if number of carbon atoms are 4. So what would be the formula of alkyne? You know the general formula of alkynes is CnH2n minus 2. Yes, you put the N value as 4 there. N value 4 gives you C4H6. I guess you all will score full 3 marks in this question if you attempted that. But I believe you guys have attempted the second part, majority of you. It doesn't have isomers, isn't it?
So much confidence you have on the students. So much
Yeah,
confidence.
kind of they're saying. Isha, we are discussing set number 3. Okay, we will go to set 2 after this. The next question says, write the molecular formula of benzene. What is that, Anup sir?
Sorry, what?
Benzene molecular formula.
C6
Yeah, right.
H4, I don't know.
H6.
H6.
C6 H6.
Oh, close.
Yeah.
I was very close.
Very close. Draw its structure. Structure to like Pritesh sir can also draw. Sir, बहुत सारी reactions I believe you've done. Isn't it Pritesh sir?
Benzene structure.
That benzene, you know, always you use.
Yeah, I
hated
know.
it,
The
Ram, I
student has
hated
drawn
it.
here. You just draw a hexagon
Yeah.
and you put one line on
Alternate
the
single
opposite
and double bonds. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have done that, guys. Alternate single and double bonds. है ना? You draw that C6H6. The second part, write the number of single and double covalent bonds. Now, I hope you haven't missed the carbon hydrogen bonds. You have counted them. So there are a total of 9 single covalent bonds. How? You will be having 6 carbon hydrogen single bonds and 3 carbon carbon single bonds. Apart from that, 3 double bonds are there. Okay, so 9 single, 3 double. I hope you've done it right. We have done this all in the classes also. And the next is which compounds are known as alkynes. The one which have carbon-carbon triple bonds. You can give the general formula also, and that's it. Okay. Yes, easy 3 marks in your pocket. Yes, so many students are saying we will score full 40 on 40.
I know, so much. Amazing people, amazing. I thought at least,
Amazing.
I thought it'll be a little difficult and all. But I think, as I was, talking in the chat box, because of COVID, CBSE's heart is all piggle, it's all, they've all melted. They felt sorry.
Welded plus, yeah, plus in checking also they will be very lenient. And as a CBSE will be doing like free checking if you have written good answers, that will be fine. The next question, sir, again is from chemistry. Yeah. List two advantages of adopting atomic number of an element as the basis of classification. Very easy. So when atomic number was taken into consideration, you know that most of the problems were solved, like isotopes position was sorted, isn't it? The wrong order of atomic masses was corrected, and plus when we are arranging elements on increasing order of atomic number, then elements with the same properties were repeating themselves. It was related to the electronic configurations also, isn't it? Valence electronic configuration and chemical properties of elements were related very well. So any of these points you can write, you will get the marks there. Okay, 1.5. The second part, write the configuration of elements of atomic number 13. बहुत simple है, 283. Yes, aluminium, and atomic number 20, that is your calcium, 2882. We did this in yesterday's marathon as well. So done with the 3 marks. I guess you will not lose this here. Yes, Wonder, right. Very good. Please solve the next set. Bida, we will do that. Okay, wait for some time. We are about to finish this paper. So chemistry is over in this
That's it.
paper.
All
I
right.
guess you
So,
can take it.
all
Yeah.
right. Physics, another one, people. It's like after every 5 questions, there's a physics question. The last question was at 5 and now 10. It's like that. All right. The question is, people, for a heater rated 4 kilowatt and 220 volts, calculate the following: the current, the energy consumed in 2 hours. If 1 kilowatt hour is priced at 4.50 rupees, then what is the cost of energy consumed? Such an easy question, people. Current direct formula, P is equal to V into I. All right, substitute the values over there. I'll just write down the formulas very quickly. People, please substitute the values and do the calculation part, but I'll just write down the steps over here. So we have power is equal to voltage into current. So current is equal to power by voltage. So that's basically 4,000, because it's 4 kilowatts or 4,000 watts divided by 220. So this is, if you calculate it, you'll get the answer for this one. Now to calculate the energy consumed, energy is equal to power into time. So the power is basically 4 kilowatt. Just keep it as 4 kilowatt because it'll be easier for you to calculate the next part. So power is 4 kilowatt and it's running for 2 hours a day. So that's going to be about 8 kilowatt hour is the energy consumed in 2 hours time. Now if you talk about the cost, very simple. The total cost would be equal to the energy that you found, which is 8 kilowatt per hour, into 8 kilowatt hour into the cost per unit, that is basically 4.50. So whatever value you get, that will be the answer for this question. Very straightforward. As long as you've done the calculation right, the substitution and the rest of it is very, very easy. I'm pretty sure all of you guys would have gotten this right. We have done this type of question so many times. The values were a little different, but we've done this question several times in the past. So I'm pretty sure all of you guys would have gotten it right. All right. Okay. Next one, I believe, is again of biology, right, sir? Yes.
Okay, so there are red and white-eyed individuals, and they produce F1 with red eye. So when F1 is red eye, we know that it is heterozygous and only the dominant trait is expressed in F1. So how is the dominant trait identified? So looking at the progeny of the F1, we can say that red eyes is the dominant trait. When F1 are self-crossed, you get F2 with both red and white eye. Now we know that in F2, the genotype is 1:2:1 and the phenotype is 3:1. So what are recessive traits? I told you, if you remember, I had stressed it again and again, that when you are learning the definition of recessive, remember that it is the trait which is present but not expressed. So looking at F1 and looking at F2 progeny, we can say that the recessive trait is white-eyed and it is the trait which is present but not expressed. So that is the definition for recessive trait. Looking at the genotype and phenotype formula, if 12 are produced in F2, how many white-eyed would be obtained? So you just see the 1/3. So that would be 4. No, 3. 3 would be white-eyed because 3 4 is 12. So 3 would be white-eyed. Calculate the ratio of the red-eyed to white-eyed. It is 3:1. So 3:1 is the phenotype. So this one was also very, very easy. Yes, free fry and player, whatever is your doubt, please ask. Then coming on to the next question, again, is biology. Name the organism which forms the first trophic level it is producers. Why are they called so? They are called so because they are the only organisms who have the capacity to trap the sunlight with the help of chlorophyll and prepare their own food. Why are human beings most adversely affected? Because they are at the top of the food chain. And the topmost, the fourth trophic level, they affect the most because the concentration of pollutant goes on increasing in case of biomagnification. One ill effect of the absence of decomposers from a natural ecosystem will be that the organic waste will not get decomposed, causing a harm to the other organism because the waste will not get decomposed, the soil will lose its nutrients, and also the environment will become very, very polluted and dirty. Okay? So that's it. I think this was also pretty easy. Moving on to physics again.
All right. 13th question, people. Very straightforward. I mean, all the physics questions are very straightforward. Here's another one. Define electric power and write its SI unit. Bacha, bacha, bacha. All right. Like there's a saying, no? Choti bachi ho kya? It's like that. This one, though, such an easy question. It's like that. All right. Define electric power. Electric power is nothing but, people, the electrical energy that is dissipated or consumed per unit time, that is what is called as electric power. Electrical energy consumed or dissipated per unit time, that is what is called as electric power. The SI unit is nothing but joules per second, which is also written as watt, right? Named after James Watt. So that is the answer for that question. Second question, that basically carries half a mark each, so basically 1 mark for that. Two bulbs rated at 100 watts and 220 volt and 60 watts and 220 volt are connected in parallel to an electric main of 220 volt. Find the current drawn from it. Again, a very straightforward question, people. There's no question that you can say is actually very difficult or confusing, because this is also very straightforward. I'll just put on the steps over here. First thing you need to do is find out the individual current drawn by both these bulbs. So let's start with the first one. So current I1 is equal to P1 divided by V1, which is going to be 100 divided by 220. Same thing goes for the second one as well. I2 is equal to P2 divided by V2, which is once again 60 divided by 220. So whatever value you get, add them both up. I1 plus I2 will give you I, because it's parallel connection. So current would be the sum of the individual current flowing through both these bulbs. Very straightforward, very simple. Again, as long as you have not made any calculation mistake, you would be getting full marks for that. If you have made some calculation mistake, but you have still written the steps, you would at least be getting half or maybe 3/4 of the mark, only if the final answer is wrong. All right. Okay. So moving on, guys. Next one again is a very straightforward question. Basically, it's asking about Joule's law of heating and express it mathematically in terms of resistance, voltage, current, and time. Joule's law of heating basically states that heat energy produced in a circuit is directly proportional to the current, square of the current. It is directly proportional to the resistance and directly proportional to the time for which current is flowing through the circuit. So this is what is Joule's law of heating. Please define it a little. It is very important because it's a 3-mark question. So this would carry 2 marks and this would carry 1 mark if I'm not wrong, or maybe half mark for this, 1.5 for this and 1.5 for this as well. So that's how they're going to divide it. So if that is the case, again, this is the mathematical expression for it. This is how you define Joule's law of heating. Now here they've also asked you to write the mathematical expression in terms of resistance, volt, current and time taken. So in this case, you have to write down all the other formulas as well, because we know that H is equal to VIT is the basic formula where voltage, current and time is given. So if only current is given, then it's going to be I square RT, which is nothing but Joule's law of heating. If only voltage is given, then it's V square by R into T. So you have to mention all the formulas because they've mentioned all the values, that is resistance, current and voltage and time as well. So you need to write down all the formulas in order to show the mathematical relationship between all of them. All right. Is that clear, people? Understood? So if you have missed out, again, if you have missed out a couple of formulas, you might lose half a mark here and there. But if you have mentioned Joule's law of heating and if you have written at least one formula, I think that will still be considered and you'll still get 3/4 of the mark, right? Okay, next one. A 5 ohm resistor is connected to a 6 volt battery. Calculate the energy, calculate the energy that is dissipated in heat as heat in 10 seconds. Very simple question again now. Resistance is given, voltage is given, time is also given. You know the formula. H is equal to V square by R into T. Substitute the values. It will be how much? 6 square, which is nothing but 6 square, 36 into 10. So 360 divided by 5, you will get the answer. All right. Very simple question. Again, Calculation mistake is the only thing that you need to take care of. Otherwise, very straightforward, very simple. All right. So with that said, people, let's go on to section C now. All right, section C, finally. So yes, guys, first of all, before we go to section C, how was section B? All good? All those who had this set 3, how many of you guys got all the questions right so far? So far, so good. You've cross-checked your answers. All great so far. Yes? Chat box, chat
So
box,
there
chat
are
box.
so many choices now.
I know.
Like even in physics, they have given so many choices.
Exactly, exactly. So even if you do not know the answer, you can, ignore it and go to the
Yeah,
next
you
one.
can.
And comparatively, the choice is also quite simple. It's very straightforward as well. So you can make that switch. All right, section C, people. The first question is of physics again. All right, we'll quickly go through it. Again, here also they've mentioned that each case is followed by 3 sub questions: A, B, C part. Part A and Part B are compulsory. However, third one is a choice. All right. So, anyways, the first one: a student fixes a sheet of white paper on a drawing board using some adhesive material. She places a bar magnet in the center of it and sprinkles some iron filings uniformly around the bar magnet using a salt sprinkler. On tapping the board gently, she observes that the iron filings have arranged themselves in a particular pattern. So basically, people, they're talking about the magnetic field lines here. Draw the diagram to show this pattern. Super easy. I'm pretty sure everyone would have gotten this right. I'm pretty sure even Preetesh sir and Shipping also would be able to get it right. Right? Yes, sir. Yes, absolutely. Such an easy question.
Yeah, it goes like this.
Exactly. That's all. It goes like this. So all you do is remember that action that Pritesh sir has done. So it goes like this. So just draw the magnetic field lines, as simple as that. Make sure that you show the arrow mark as well. That is very important. And show the magnetic field lines. That's as simple as that. All right, second one. What makes the iron filings arrange themselves in this definite pattern? Because of the magnetic force. There's a magnetic force around the bar magnet. And that force that is there, is applied, or you can say that magnetic force is applying some sort of attractive force, or there's some sort of magnetic force applied on these iron filings, because of which they are arranging themselves in that particular format. You can also mention about magnetic field lines. So the force themselves, act in a certain pattern, which is shown by the magnetic field lines. So that is the answer. The reason is because the magnetic force around the magnet itself is acting in that manner, or it's causing some sort of attraction, which on the iron filings, when you see the iron filings, or when you look at the iron filings, are experiencing that particular force in that pattern itself. Simple as that. All right. Okay, next one. Again, part C has choices, so you can choose whatever you feel is more easier. So the first one is: how is the direction of magnetic field at a point determined using the magnetic field lines? And why do 2 magnetic field lines never cross each other? We have done this again so many times now. The first one: how do you find out the direction? Very simple. You take a magnetic compass, a needle, the directional compass, and place it on the magnetic field. So the needle of the compass will automatically arrange itself in a manner that if you plot, will show the north and the south pole of the magnet. It will point. So the north pole of the compass will point in that particular direction itself. So you can actually find out the direction by using a simple compass, by placing on the magnetic field line. Now, why is it that no 2 magnetic field lines can ever intersect each other? There are 2 reasons for it. One is that if the magnetic field lines were intersecting each other, if you place a compass there, the needle of the compass will point in 2 different directions. You'll have 2 different north pole at the same point, which is physically not possible. You can't have a needle pointing in 2 different north pole at the same time, and hence physically it is not possible. You can also mention about the tangent, like that is, if you were to draw a tangent at that point, again, you have 2 different directions shown by a tangent, which again is not possible at the same point. So it is definitely physically, it's not possible for 2 magnetic field lines of the same magnet to intersect each other. Second one: how are the magnetic field lines of a bar magnet drawn using a small compass needle? Very simple. What you do, you take the compass and place it at different positions, and then what you do is that you plot the direction of, oh my god, apparently the Zoom meeting is done, because again, just give me a second, guys. Just give me a second. I'll send the link to our teachers. In the meantime, you guys can see my beautiful face. That's it. Just give me 1 second. I'll send the link to them. This is what happens. That's what happens. Be poor. Just give me a second. I'll send the other link as well, and so that they can join. Just give me 1 second, people. Okay. Yes. All right. Hold on, I'll send the link to them. Yes. All right, one second, one second. Where is it? Yes. All right. In the meantime, say hi. Say hi to me. Say hi to me. Look at my face. So color, so much color you have. Such calming face. Just give you a second. They'll join in a minute, and once they join, we can continue with the rest of the paper discussion. One sec. One sec. We use free trials. All right, we use trial version of everything. All right, just give us a second. I know it's bad coming from me, but still, that's how it is. That's how it is. Relax. Just give us a second. Hi, now what's up? I didn't remember. Why would I? One sec. I'm waiting for you guys. Shilpia was sitting in the chat box. Right. I'm waiting for you guys. One sec. Oh, yeah, Pritesh sir is here. Hi, Pritesh sir. What's up? Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're doing good. Having a fantastic day. Right. Yes. Yes, Pritesh sir. What's up? One sec. I don't know what happened. Okay, I know what happened. It's like
Zoom has a limit, no time limit.
Exactly. Yeah. That's what I was just telling them, that we always use the free version. Use the free version. All right. So, anyways, so as I was saying, I was discussing this question. So, how are the magnetic field lines drawn by using a compass? So, what you do is that you place the compass in different position, and what you do is that you plot the needle of the compass. You plot the needle of the compass, and when you plot in the direction of the needle of the compass, that is the north pole of the compass, you would be able to plot the entire magnetic field line using that. Draw one magnetic field line each on both sides of the magnet. Very simple. What we have just done before. Do the exact same thing. Draw a bar magnet. Show the magnetic field lines around it. That's all. Simple. All right. Next one, I believe, is biology, sir. Please go ahead.
Okay, the mechanism by which sex of an individual is determined is called sex determination. In humans, there are 46, 23 pairs, 44 are body chromosomes and 2 are sex chromosome, X and Y. So we have got XX in female and XY in male. So what is the statistical probability of getting either a male or a female child? It is 50%. So there is only 50% chances that it will be a male or a female child, because there is no way in which you can determine that which chromosome will pair with the X chromosome of the female, because the female can give only X chromosome. Apart from that, out of male or female, which of them has a perfect pair? So the perfect pair will be female, because she has got XX. So that is the perfect pair. And in case of a perfect pair, will the gametes produced be of the same kind or different kind? So obviously it is the same kind, because it is X only. So the female has the perfect pair of chromosomes, X each. Name 2 animals whose sex is not genetically determined. Please explain the process of their sex determination. So turtles, crocodiles, these are the animals whose sex is not genetically determined. It is determined by the environmental factors. And with the help of a flow chart, show how sex is genetically determined in human beings. So if you remember, I had done it on the screen for you, that we'll show the father with XY, mother with XX. Then the father can give either X or Y, and the mother will give only XX. So if X from father comes, it will be a female child. If Y from father comes, it will be a male child. So that is how you will draw the flow chart. It's super easy, and I think this question for 4 marks was very easy one. So I think that's the end.
Yep, that's all, people.
Yeah.
That's all. Such
And it was
an easy question, people.
pretty easy. I think that is why the kids are so happy about it.
Yeah,
So the
super
paper was
easy.
very easy.
I believe
Yeah, I'm
these
sure
are
it was very
these
good.
two are exactly the same. All right, so we'll go to the next one. Set number 2, 31/4/2. Shall we quickly discuss that as well? Do you guys have the time for it?
I don't
We
think
can do
so.
biology first. Pritesh
Yeah.
sir, I don't have session before 5, so you can take bio for both the sets.
I think I can do one set.
Okay then,
Alright.
so okay, so it's almost 3. So you go with this set, or like what students are saying, which set they want us to take.
Yo, people, put it on in the chat box. Now, which set do you guys want us to go through? We'll go
Because
through.
we have discussed set number 3. Okay, that was super easy. Now set number 1 or 2. Tell us. We'll go with set number 2 only, sir. I guess.
Yeah, we'll go with that one. All right. 31/4/2. I believe. Yeah, this is the one, right? This is the one.
This one only. Set
All right.
two.
So we'll go
Set
with
2.
that.
Okay.
All right. Okay, so
Perfect.
first question is again
Okay.
biology itself, sir.
Okay, functions of placenta. It is a tissue that exchanges the nutrients and takes away the waste from the fetus to the mother. It exchanges. Fallopian tubes are the site for fertilization. They are also the tube through which the ovum travels from the ovaries to the uterus. Uterus is the site where the development of the embryo takes place, and ovary are the ones that mature the ovum and also releases the female sex hormones. That is estrogen and progesterone. Estrogen with the O, not an now, using height, tallness, or dwarfness of a plant as an example, show that genes control the characteristics or traits in an organism. So we know that tallness is dominant and dwarfness is recessive. So if we have pure tall parents and pure dwarf parents, the F1 progeny will be pure tall, but it will be heterozygous tall. And the F2 generation will be having a ratio of 3 is to 1, where 3 will be tall and one will be dwarf, whereas the phenotype will be 1 is to 2 is to 1. One homozygous tall, two heterozygous tall, and one homozygous dwarf. In a cross between red and white, when plants with red colored are of F1, F1 are red colored, which means it is dominant, are self pollinated. Plants of F2 were obtained in which 75% of them were red, whereas 25% were white. Explain the inheritance of traits in the above cross with the help of a flow chart only along with the ratio of the plants obtained. So you'll draw a flow chart where you'll show P, that will be capital R both, and that is the parental generation, and small w. So when you cross them, you get R and W. And when you do the selfing of F1, you will get R, R, RW, RW, and WW. So that will be the flow chart. Again, super, super, super easy. Okay, then this is chemistry. I think we'll skip it.
Yes, sir.
Or ma'am, you want to take it
Sir,
quickly?
you go. Yeah, you can go with bio first, sir, because you have a class, so आप करा लो.
Acha, theek hai. So the improvement in a lifestyle has led to the generation of a large amount of waste material. List two reasons to justify this statement. So I think this is a very, 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 very general answer where you can write that how we are getting more dependent on packaged food, on ordering food from outside, which brings in a lot of plastic packaging material. Again, accumulating a lot of waste. Plus, we are so used to buying new things that we do not indulge in the practice of best out of waste, again, accumulating to a large amount of waste. So, I think you guys can give different examples from your daily life and show that how the improvement in the lifestyle, or rather, I can say, and on the name of improvement, we are generating more and more waste, which is again not a good practice to be followed. The next question is an option that the change in packaging has resulted in waste becoming non-biodegradable. Again, it is very related to the first one itself. So packaging has moved to plastic. So everything is packaged in plastic, whether it is an Amazon parcel or anything that you order online, anything from Zomato or Swiggy, everything comes in plastic containers. And again, this plastic is a non-biodegradable waste that stays in the environment for thousands of years, and that leads to waste accumulation. Then, what is regeneration? It is the process in which an organism can regenerate a complete new organism from a piece, right? And that is how we can see planaria also. If planaria is cut into four different pieces, every piece can give rise to a new planaria organism. This is a repetition from the set 3.
All right, I'm just looking through the questions.
Bio.
Yes. Yeah, this one, 11th one. 11th one, I think, is bio.
Okay, so in flowering plants, the pollen grains are transferred to the stigma by pollination, but the female germ cells are present in the ovary. Explain this with the help of a label diagram, only the concerned part, and how the male germ cell reaches the ovary. So this is from double fertilization, where you can show that the pollen lands on the stigma and it generates a pollen tube. In that pollen tube, there are two male gametes. One fuses with the female ovary, with the female ovule, and the second fuses with the polar nuclei, and that is double fertilization. So here you will show the diagram of only the female part, that is the carpel, showing the stigma style ovary, a pollen tube with two male nuclei, and the female ovule as well as the polar nuclei. Okay, then we have got, I think, the
13th question, sir.
13th question.
Yeah.
Yeah. Draw a diagram showing flow of energy from solar input to a food chain having four trophic levels in an ecosystem. List two inferences that can be drawn from the energy flow diagram. So we can understand that producers make the first trophic level because they trap the energy, and that is why they are on the first trophic level. Again, this is a repetition or a similar question from section set 3, and we can also understand from this that only 10% of the energy transfers to the next trophic level, because 90% of the energy gets utilized in the metabolic processes. So here you can show steps. Here you can show staircase where you have got first trophic level producers getting say 1000 joules of energy or kilojoules of energy, then it becomes 100, then 10, then 1. So as you go higher on the food chain or in the trophic level, the energy starts reducing, because they have spoken about solar input and you have to show the flow of energy. So it is important that you mention the numbers.
Sir, I remember this diagram we used to draw. Anup sir, do you remember that trophic level wala diagram? The loss of 10 goes.
I
10
remember the triangle, the pyramid, ma'am. I don't remember anything
that's
else. The pyramid is
just
the
having the
only.
plants.
Ah, yeah, that is the only thing that I remember.
Chain में था.
Bio was not my strong suit. Definitely not.
Same.
I believe that's.
No, I think there is
15th question, sir. 15th question.
Okay. So, sex of an individual, again based on sex determination, sex of an individual is determined by the different factors in various species. Some rely entirely on environmental cues like turtle and crocodile, while in some it is determined by the genetic. Right? Their lifetime indicating that sex of some species is not genetically determined. In humans, it is determined genetically. In what way are the sex chromosomes X and Y different in size? So Y chromosome is 1/3 of the size of the X chromosome. Name the mismatched pair of sex chromosome in humans. So XY is the mismatched pair. It is present in males. Write the number of chromosomes present in human beings apart from sex chromosome. So the number is 44. It is 22 pairs. Which of the parent has a mismatched pair? So male has a mismatched pair because it is X and Y. Give two examples that sex of an individual is not always determined genetically. So here you can say that in case of turtles, in case of crocodiles, it is not determined genetically, but it is determined by the environment. And draw a flowchart. Again, I explained it in the previous set that flowchart is, that you show XY, XX, XY is male, XX is female. From male, you have the gametes X or Y, and from female, it is only X and X. So if XX fuses, it's a female. If XY fuses, it's a male.
That's
I
it.
think that was pretty easy.
All right, so we'll go through the chemistry and biophysics questions now of the set, or do you want to finish off set
I
number
think
one?
I'll wrap up for now.
Okay, yes, sir, please. All right.
So guys,
Yes.
I'm wrapping up for now. But yes, you can ask me on Instagram if you have any doubt. I was going to say if you have any jokes, if you have any doubts about the paper. But actually, as the student said that this was a paper or a joke because it was so easy,
So
and I'm sure
easy.
for physics and chemistry also it was super 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 easy. So guys, if you have any doubts, you can just send it to me on Instagram, and I'll answer you over there. Sakshi, answering you that NCRT में 1/3 वाला concept नहीं है. Yeah. So you can just write that X is larger than Y. Even that is it. So as long as you are telling them clearly that I know that X is larger than Y, it's more than enough.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much,
Thank you,
Pritesh.
Shilpi ma'am.
Thank
Thank you, Anup sir. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys.
Bye, sir.
Bye. All right, people. So what we are left with is physics and chemistry. Let's go through that as well. So this is set number 2, 31/4/2.
Yeah.
We'll go through the questions now. All right, biology is done. All right, third question, ma'am. Third question is yours. Can you see it, or should I enlarge it?
So can you zoom in?
Yeah,
My
yeah,
eyesight is not very good. Thank you, sir.
Yes.
So the question was asked here, consider the following molecular formula of carbon compounds. Okay, some like mixed, may you are provided with carboxylic acid is there, alcohol is there, alkane is there, alkyne, and then again alkene is given to you. Which of these compounds belong to homologous series of alcohols will be told by Anoop sir. Anoop sir, your time starts now. Where are
Sorry.
you looking, huh?
What I was looking through the chat. What was the question? Which one of those compounds belong to the homologous series? Homologous.
Alcohol. No, you have to tell me, identify alcohol here. Only one alcohol is there. Can you see that?
CH3.
Yeah, right. Come on.
CH3COH? No.
CH3OH.
Oh,
That
close. That
COH
was my
is
second guess.
carboxylic acid. Na? Huh.
That was my second guess.
Alcohols में we are having methanol was given to you. So guys, very easy. Please help Anoop sir ना. Anoop sir के लिए कुछ बच्चे बुला कर लाओ. Anoop sir needs some students to help him. Anoop sir army. Okay. Then they are asking, identify the compound having triple bond between the carbon atoms. So you see the fourth one, C3H4, that is clearly an alkyne. The general formula is CnH2n minus 2. You got that right? Yes. Very good. Super easy. Third, write the molecular formula of first member of homologous series to which this CH3COOH, that means ethanoic acid belongs. The first member is methanoic acid, HCOOH, commonly known as formic acid. हो गया था? You all have done it right. Yes, Uday is saying yes. Sakshi has given the right answer. Amazing. You will be scoring full 2 marks. The last one. Write the general formula of series to which C4H8 belongs. Number of hydrogen is twice the number of carbon. This is an alkene. Yes. So simple. Like Anoop sir, I actually, I can't believe the paper was so easy. In fact, in sample paper, CBSE had the good level of questions.
But
and now when I was like, okay. Nice.
I know we had so much expectation and then like all down the drain, no?
Actually, I told them this thing ki paper easy hoga, but itna easy, even I was like...
I know. Alright guys, so we'll go through the physics question also very quickly. This is the question, if I'm not wrong. Okay, the question is, as shown in the figure, or as shown in the diagram, an aluminum rod AB is suspended horizontally between the two poles of a strong horseshoe magnet in such a way that the axis of rod is horizontal and the direction of magnetic field is vertically upwards. The rod is connected in series with the battery and the key. So this is the diagram, people. The question is, what is observed when a current is passing through the aluminum rod between end B to end A? Very easy question. In fact, the similar type of question you'd have probably seen in your NCRT also. So here, people, you have to use Fleming's left-hand rule, no doubt about that. So here they've clearly mentioned that the magnetic field is going upwards, right? Magnetic field is clearly going in the upward direction. So your index finger will be pointing in the upward direction. And they've also mentioned that the current is going from B to A. So basically it's going from your right to your left, from your right to your left. So what is the force acting on this aluminum rod? The force acting on the aluminum rod will be towards the magnet. You can say it's towards the magnet. The aluminum rod will experience a force because of which the aluminum rod will move towards the magnet. Got it? How many of you guys got this one right, by the way? How many of you guys got this one right? Whoever attempted this question, there will be displacement. In what direction the displacement is going to be? The displacement's direction will be towards the magnet, or you can say into the page. In this case, it's into the page, but you can say it's towards the magnet. So it'll experience a force towards the magnet. All right. So that will be the answer for this question. What change is observed in a situation in which the axis of the rod AB is moved and they are aligned parallel to the magnetic field and the current is passing in the rod in the same direction? Again, super easy, na? If you were to align the magnetic field and the current in the same direction, what would happen to the rod? Put it on the chat box, people. Super easy question. We've done this yesterday. We've done this yesterday in our marathon series as well. Exactly, Sakshi. There'll be no force acting on it. Why? Because they're both parallel to each other, which means when you look at the formula, F is equal to BIL sine theta, sine 0 it is. Sine 0. Sine 0 is nothing but 0. So there's no force acting on it at all. All right. So there'll be no displacement. There'll be no force acting on it. No torque acting on it. There'll be no displacement whatsoever. So that'll be the answer for that question. Whoever got this right, fantastic. Fantastic. All right, here's another one. Magnetic field is a physical quantity that has both direction and magnitude. How can this statement be proved with the help of magnetic field lines of a bar magnet? Super easy question. Again, you just need to understand and remember how the magnetic field lines look like. So if you talk about direction, you can talk about the magnetic compass. When you place the compass, no, the north pole of the compass will point in the direction of the magnetic field. So that clearly states, or you can clearly indicate the direction of the magnetic field. Talking about the magnitude, it's all about the how closely the magnetic field lines are. So the closer, the denser the magnetic field lines are in a certain area, the stronger would be the magnetic field. So you can tell the magnitude and direction by using a compass and the way that the magnetic field lines are placed near the magnet. If it's going to be dense, if there's a lot of magnetic field lines, or you can say that the magnetic flux, if it's greater or if it's more, then it has a stronger magnetic force in that region. Very easy question. I'm pretty sure you'd have gotten this right. So that's basically, I believe that's a 2-mark question. I think it's a 2-mark question, right? 2-mark question. Easy 2 marks, people. Easy 2 marks. All right. Next one, ma'am, I think is yours. Yes.
Yeah, it's chemistry. So, this question is so easy. State modern periodic law. So, I told you yesterday also, you have to write the exact same statement when they ask you about a law. So, modern periodic law, just one term was important. That was the increasing order of atomic number, not the masses, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I will say yes.
So, when it's will be like, yes, I know. And how many rows and columns were asked means they are asking rows means they are talking about the periods, right? Yes, so there are 7 periods, and column means they are asking you about the groups. There are 18 groups in the modern periodic table. 2 marks in your pocket. But that was so easy. Okay, so let's go to section B again. Physics is there, sir.
All right. This is very similar to what we did before, people.
Very
Absolutely easy. I think Sylvia would be able to show the calculation, draw the diagram also if needed. She'll do everything.
Okay, I'll do that.
All right, the question is, an electric motor rated 1100 watts is connected to a 220 volt main. Find the current drawn. I'll just write on the formula once again, people, for all those who have just joined us right now. So the formula for this one is very simple. I is equal to P by V. Why? Because P is equal to V into I. We have already learned that. So here you just need to substitute the values. 1100 divided by 220. Whatever value you get, that will be the current drawn from the mains. Now, what is the electrical energy consumed if it's running for 5 hours a day for 6 days a week? If that is the case, if you need to find that out, very simple. Energy is equal to power into time. So power is 1100. So you can do one thing, divide this by 1000, convert this to kilowatt. So it'll become a lot more easier for you to calculate. So it's going to be 1.1 kilowatt. So 1.1 into, it's running for 5 hours a day, into 6 days a week. So 5 6 are 30 into 1.1, whatever you get, that will be the energy consumed for that particular week. Now, to talk about one more, there's this another sub question to it, if I'm not wrong. That is basically the cost, if I'm not wrong. So they're also asking for the cost as well. If it is if the cost of 1 unit is 5 rupees, then what would be the cost of it? Again, very simple. Whatever energy you found before, that energy into 5 rupees, you will get the total cost. That's it. As simple as that. Again, calculation, you need to take a little care. Look at the units also. If you have made some mistakes in the units, make sure you, right now you can't do anything about it. Let it go. Just let it go. All right. But yes, next time in your 12th standard, at least take a little bit more care. All right. Units are very important, especially in physics. So keep a check on that as well. All right. Next one is a circuit diagram. Again, a simple circuit is given to you guys. So if you look at the direction of current, there's this little ambiguity given, but if you look at the direction of the current, you can find it out, because here, they've actually given that, basically if you look at the diagram, right? I don't know if you guys notice this. If you look at the diagram of the battery given, it is given like this. Both are positive terminals apparently.
Yeah.
I don't know who made this, but whoever made this, hats off to you. You're a genius. But to answer this, but again, nonetheless, guys, they've pointed out the direction, all right? They've pointed out the direction of current. So please follow that direction of current, all right? So here in this case, first thing first, solve for this. These two are in series. So you'll get an equivalent resistance of 10 ohms. 4 plus 6 is 10. And these two are parallel. Once you solve for that, solve for this one as well. So it's going to be 1 by 10 plus 1 by 10, which is going to be 2 by 10. So you'll get us 5 ohms, right? Because it's going to be 10 by 2, which is going to be 5 ohms. Now that you've solved it, you can, all of them are in series. So add them all up. It's going to be 5 plus 5 plus 10, which will give you an equivalent resistance of 20 ohms. All right, so the effective resistance of the circuit is 20 ohms. Why? Because this, once you solve this, everything else is in series. Add them all up, you're good to go. Current drawn from the battery. For this, again, all you have to understand is that since once you simplify this region or this circuit, this particular portion, that is R2, R3 and R4, they're all in series, which means that the current will also be the same, because in series connection, current remains exactly the same. So the current drawn from the circuit will be the potential difference is 20. So current will be what? 1 ampere. Why? Because current is equal to voltage by resistance. Total resistance is 20 ohms. Total, potential difference of the battery is 20 as well. So 20 by 20 you'll get is 1 ampere. That is the current drawn from the battery. The potential difference across 5 ohm, this is where it's going to be a little, where majority go wrong. In the past also I've seen some of you guys go wrong in this. So here people, current flowing through it is 1 ampere. Why? Because it's in series with, once you simplify it, it's all in series. So current flowing through it is 1 ampere. So you have to find out the voltage. Voltage is equal to what? Current into resistance. So here current is 1 ampere, resistance is 5. So the potential difference across the 5 ohm resistor will be 5 volts. Got it? Clear, people? Understood? So this is the answer for this question. But again,
Anup sir, yes. I have a question for you.
Yes, ma'am. Please.
What is the rate of, as Anup sir it is not from chemistry, don't worry. General question I'm asking you, what is the rate of electricity 1 unit without? The question is given rupees 5. What is current rate in Bangalore?
Okay. Oh, you're asking me what is the rate in I have no idea. All I know is that this month I got an electricity bill of 1,300 rupees.
You have no idea what is the rate of 1 unit? Too bad. See guys, you see that? Chart mein dekhe to I want to know, these students would be knowing what is the rate of electricity going on in their place.
I have no idea. So guys, how many of you guys know about this, by the way?
Anup sir is so rich, like, ma'am, bill aata hai, I just pay the bill.
That is the
like,
thing. I don't understand it because all I have is 4 tube lights. That's all. How is it 1,300? I don't know. Anyways, that's a ranting for another time. Let's move ahead. All right, another question from physics itself. You are provided with a resistor, a key, an ammeter, a voltmeter, 4 cells of 1.5 volt each, and few connecting wires. Use the circuit components. Draw a labeled circuit diagram to show a setup to study the Ohm's law. What an amazing question. This is a pure application-based question. Very simple though. So first thing first, people, draw the circuit out. They have given you a voltmeter. They have given you an ammeter. So you know how to connect them, right? So voltmeter has to be connected parallel, ammeter has to be connected in series. So keep that in your mind while you're drawing this. So you need to find out, okay, so there are 4 cells. Let's start with the cells now. So there are 4 cells, each of 1.5 volts. So let's start with that. So you have an ammeter connected over here. Then you have there's a resistor as well, so we'll connect the resistor also, and then across the resistor we'll connect the voltmeter, and then connect this. I think there's nothing else left. So connect this, that's all. Now here, how do you show Ohm's law? Very simple, people. What you're going to do is you're going to remove one cell at a time. You're going to remove one cell at a time. So initially you have 1.5 into 4. So firstly you're going to remove one, so you'll have a lesser potential difference. You'll see that the current value will also be less. Then you'll remove another one. So now we have removed 3 volts from it, right? So it's 1.5 plus 1.5 plus 1.5 plus 1.5, which is nothing but 6 volts in total. So 3 plus 3, which is nothing but 6. So initially you're removing 1.5, which makes it 4.5. So when you look at the potential difference, it will be 4.5, but current value will be less. Again, you're going to remove one more cell, which makes it 3 volt. The value of current will again reduce, then bring it down to 2 cells, then 1. And you see that every time you're changing the value of voltage, the current value also decreases. The ammeter reading will also decrease. And that's how you prove Ohm's law is true. Got it? Super easy question. Pure application based question. In fact, we have done the exact same question in the regular session. The exact same question with the values. We had done it in the regular session on the platform. The same question was there. The exact same question. So whoever were there, enjoy. Ja Simran ja, ji le apni zindagi. Next one.
Exact same question. That is why they are saying, like, this student Ananya was saying that because of Anup sir, I am going to get the full marks. 97% paper, like he was saying, Ananya, that came from Anup sir session directly.
Same, no, so it was all the same thing. We covered everything. I think that goes for all the subjects. We covered all the important questions Fantastic, fantastic. All right, one more question, guys. State the relationship between potential difference across a resistor and a current flowing through it. Draw the VI graph for it. Like, I don't, ma'am, I think you should do it. What will the VI graph for this, ma'am? Come on, think about it. Ma'am is
Sorry,
sitting in
I
a
need to
physics.
discuss. I need water.
You're sitting in a cricket stadium where physics is everywhere. Come on,
Yeah.
ma'am, you can do it.
VSPL is about to start at 3:30, so that is why I'm in the cricket stadium.
Always over there. It's yesterday also you were in the cricket stadium. Today also cricket stadium. All right, go over.
So, sir, I can do this like V is equal to IR. So, V is directly proportional to I. है ना? So, that is going to be a straight line.
Arre, wah. Guys, can we have a big round of applause for that? Fantastic. Fantastic. Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. So it's going to be a straight curve. So the slope of the curve will give you your resistance. That's all. The slope of the curve will give you a resistance. That's it. The relationship is that as the voltage increases, the current also increases. Simple as that. That's all. As long as the temperature is kept constant. Please, you have to remember that as long as the temperature is kept constant, as the voltage increases, current flowing through the circuit will also increase. That's it. All right. Okay. Next question, ma'am, is yours. All yours.
Next question, yeah. So, very easy question. We covered this yesterday also. Two different forms of carbon, diamond and graphite, have different structures, yet their physical properties are so much different. The chemical properties are same. You have to say why. Like, the main reason is because of the structural differences. You know that the arrangement of carbon atom in both these allotropes, diamond and graphite, is very much different. So that is what you were asked to explain. In the case of diamond, you know, every carbon is covalently bonded to four other carbon atoms by sharing the electrons. So that gives rise to a rigid three-dimensional network solid structure. And in the case of graphite, you know, each carbon is only covalently bonded to three other carbon atoms in the form of hexagonal sheets are there, and it has a layered structure where these layers can slip over each other because they are held by very weak van der Waals forces. And so the major reason was their structural differences. That is what you were supposed to elaborate here.
Ma'am,
Okay?
I'll just
So
create
we,
another Zoom link. It's going to expire soon.
yeah, it's
Just give
about,
me 1 second.
it's about to
Until then, look at
expire.
my face, people. Until then, look at my face. Just give me 1 second. I'll create this Zoom link. All right, just give us 1 second. Because if the students see the link, no, that's all. They'll all start joining. So, need to hide it
So
from you guys, the culprits.
we are just left with one paper, na sir?
Yes, ma'am. I mean, yeah, that's all.
One
There's
more
only one
sec.
left. That's it. 1 sec, people. 1 sec.
How many marks are you expecting, guys? Tell me in the chat box. So this is actually going to be the last session, last academic session we are taking with you. Isn't it, Anup sir? Like this batch will be now going to 11th.
That's
We're
all.
like,
Adios.
Anup sir
Adios,
is
of
very
course.
emotional. Don't tell Anup sir.
I know what to do. आंसू
They'll be
आंसू
like,
निकलेगा अभी
I will.
आंसू 5 मिनट में निकलेगा
Anup sir, your Hindi has improved a lot.
I know
I
what
see
to
that.
do. What to do.
Pehle, like, you know, when Anup sir was like newly, he used to be surrounded by all the teachers speaking Hindi. Anup sir haste the, like, what is going on? So now that Anup sir is engaged.
The fact is I studied Hindi for 12 years. All right, that is the most embarrassing thing. I've studied it for 12 years. From all the way from LKG, UKG, I've been studying Hindi. That was my second language till my 12th standard. And I still never learnt it. That is the worst part. Still never learnt it. My dad was a huge fan of, like, he speaks very good Hindi. He speaks really good Hindi. So he thought I'll also be like him, but never. Bad choice, bad judgment it was from his side. So never really learned the language. But I know, again, I can survive. That's all. If I get stuck in, Delhi or Mumbai and all, I can survive. Khana de do, pani de do, sone ke liye jagah de do. This and all I can say.
That is so cute. And sir, like with Bhavna ma'am session, you have also sang songs and like you've done a lot of
I know.
you've done a lot of stuff by stretching your limits.
I know. I've got a lot of, accomplishments on my belt right now. So many stars. Alright, so I think once this meeting ends, we'll, create another link, ma'am. Until then, we'll continue with this. Yeah.
There's one more choice question, I guess, along with that.
Where was this? I mean, it's the same one, right? Okay.
Upar, I guess we were in section number.
Yeah, this one, ma'am. Yes. This one, right?
Yeah, after this, we are done with this structural arrangement you have to tell her. The choice question. State the reasons why carbon cannot. So easy. Lose 4 electrons to make C4 plus cation, because you know that that would require a lot of energy. Neutron, you are just talk about the nucleus. In the nucleus, the protons are tightly attracting the valence electron. With each electron removal, the nucleus is going to attract the remaining electrons more tightly. So, you have to give a lot of energy to take out 4 electrons. That is not thermodynamically possible. So, we cannot have C4 plus. The next, to gain the 4 electrons and make C4 negative anion is not possible because carbon is so small in size, and now there would be so many electron repulsions. Plus, the major point is that 6 protons cannot attract the 10 electrons. Nucleus be like, dude, what is going on? You can't do that. Okay, so 4 electrons not possible. So carbon, how does carbon overcome this problem? By the ionic, no, never possible. By the sharing, है ना? So what is the possibility? The covalent compounds will be formed, not ionic compounds, because losing and gaining 4 electrons is not possible. Like carbon will humse na ho paega. Okay, that kind of situation is there. That is it.
I
Done
can
with this?
imagine a nucleus wearing a cool hip hop cap
Yeah.
and saying "Humse na ho paega" and all.
Humse na ho pae.
I believe that's the end of section B, people. Fantastic. Again, the questions were not that difficult for all of them. I mean, be it physics, chemistry, or bio, I think it was very simple, right, ma'am? Section B of this
Yes,
was very simple. All right, next one, people. Section C. Electromagnetic induction, finally. All right, AB is a coil of copper wire having a large number of turns. The ends of the coil are connected with a galvanometer as shown below. When the north pole of a strong bar magnet is moved towards the end B of the coil, there is a deflection observed in the galvanometer. Now the question is, state the reason for using galvanometer in this activity and why does the needle deflect momentarily when magnet is moved towards it. Fantastic, easy question. Now we have done this so many times again. Electromagnetic induction, I've told this in the class also, that very, very important question. Very, very, very important question. For sure, at least in one of the sets, I was sure that this question would be asked, and here it is. Name and state the reason for using the galvanometer. The reason why the galvanometer is used is to detect the current, because galvanometer is a well-calibrated device that can actually measure even the smaller units of current, and that is exactly why we use a galvanometer in this particular activity. Why does the needle deflect? Because there is a voltage induced. Because of the voltage induced, there's a current induced as well. The electrons would start to move, or you can say there's a current induced because of the potential difference or voltage induced in the conductor because of the relative motion of the magnet with respect to the coil. And that is what we know as electromagnetic induction, or Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction. The deflection in the galvanometer is also observed when the magnet is held stationary and when the coil is moved towards the south pole of the magnet. And why? All right. The deflection of the galvanometer is also observed when the magnet is held stationary and the coil is moved towards the south pole of the magnet. Why? See guys, you need to understand that you don't have to necessarily move the magnet itself. You can keep the coil constant or stationary and move the magnet, or keep the magnet stationary and move the coil. At the end of the day, there has to be a relative motion. There has to be some sort of relative motion. And if there is a relative motion, there is going to be current induced because there is a change in the magnetic field, or there's a moving magnetic field. And because of that, there will be deflection. All right. So that is the answer. Very simple again. If you've at least gone through electromagnetic induction once or twice, you would still be able to answer these because it's very straightforward and very easy. Next one. State the conclusion that can be drawn from this activity. The conclusion that you can come to is that when you have a moving when a moving magnetic field is linked to a conductor, there is going to be voltage induced in the conductor. That is what is called as electromagnetic induction, or EMI. That is the conclusion that you can come to after observing this activity. Next one. Will there be any change in the momentary deflection in the galvanometer if the number of turns in the coil is increased and more stronger magnet is moved towards the coil? Absolutely yes, because the amount amount of induced current, the amount of induced voltage depends on the number of turns, the strength of the magnet, and how fast you're moving the magnet as well. So if you're using or you're replacing a weaker magnet with a stronger one, and you're increasing the number of turns, there will be greater deflection. Initially, the deflection might be a little less. Now that you've replaced it with longer number of turns or more number of turns and a stronger magnet, you'll have greater deflection as well. Super duper easy. Next one is, what is electromagnetic induction? What is observed in the galvanometer when a strong bar magnet is held stationary near one of the end of the large number of turns? Justify your answer. Super easy. We've already explained this. Electromagnetic induction is nothing but when you have moving magnetic field linked to a conductor, there is voltage induced in the conductor. That is what is called as electromagnetic induction. What is observed in the galvanometer? If you use a strong magnet and hold it stationary, there'll be no deflection. If you keep this, you even, no matter how strong the magnet is, even if you have the strongest magnet in the world and you keep it stationary near a straight current carrying conductor, there will be no deflection. Why? Because you need a moving magnetic field or a changing magnetic field in order for you to see induced current, right? For that reason, there'll be no deflection. The galvanometer deflection would come back to zero and it will stay as it is until there is a relative motion between the magnetic field until there's a relative motion between the coil and the magnet. All right, super easy question, isn't it? Easy peasy question.
Yeah.
Like bacha.
Sir, can you just scroll up once?
Yes, ma'am,
if
sure.
you miss any question. So, like.
Oh, this one, 12th question. What is the element whose compound?
Yeah.
Oh. So people, once again, you can see what's happening. Just give us 1 second. Look at just stare at my face, look into my eyes until then. All right, look into my eyes and tell me how's it going in the meantime, and I will create another Zoom link. All right, just give me 1 second, people. Are you guys not able to see me? All right, 1 sec. Okay, wait a second, people. Wait a second. Unfortunately, it's not working. The camera. Now you can see. What's up, people? What's up? Okay, just give me 1 second. I'll create another Zoom link. All right. I'll just create another Zoom link and send it to app. This is what happens, people. This is what happens. All right. This is what adult life looks like. All right. This is what adult life looks like. Please learn from it. Okay. Just give us 1 second. Look. Stare into my eyes. You'll get hypnotized. Hypnotize. 1 sec. Just give me 1 second, people. I'll just share the link to ma'am as well. What to do, people? What to do? Kya kare ab? Wait. 1 sec. 1 sec. Look into my eyes in the meantime, all right? Look into my eyes. Stare. Don't stop staring. Look directly into my eyes only. Nowhere else. All right, full focus. Okay, 1 sec. I think now it's fine. Yes. What's up, people? Waiting for Shilpi ma'am also. 1 second. Once Shilpi ma'am is here, we'll get started. All right, we'll go with the rest of the paper discussion. 1 sec. Okay. 1 sec, guys. 1 sec. So in the meantime, people, how is the paper? So far, so good? All good? Arre, Mohan sir, big fan. Sir, I know, Rajendra, I know. Shilpi was talking too much, that's why. That's why I removed her. It's all strategic play. It's strategic play. Hi, Shilpi, welcome back.
Thanks for letting me in, sir. मुझे लगा आज तो आप you won't give me entry.
I was thinking about it, then I decided not to, ma'am, because
So you wanted to spend some quality time with this.
I know. Before I say adios, what to do?
Yeah, you can do that, and please explain chemistry also.
Yeah. They'll lose their confidence, whatever confidence they have. No, they'll lose that also. 1 sec. I'll just go back to that question. People, yes, ma'am. Sorry for that. All right.
Yes, guys, we don't have to make like another meeting, है ना, sir? We want.
Please.
To create.
Let's get it over with. We've been doing this is the 3rd meeting link. So that's.
Look, sir, hats off to your patience.
I know, right?
Okay.
Thank you for your patience also.
12th,
absolutely.
Yeah, thank you, sir. So 12th question, guys. You were asking, name the elements whose compound formed the basis of classification. in Mendeleev's periodic table, and that was the oxygen and the hydrogen. Yes or no? These two elements, this is what Mendeleev did. He played around with the oxides and hydrides of the element. So, what were these two elements? Oxygen and hydrogen was chosen by Mendeleev. Then he took every element and made it react with oxygen and hydrogen. He studied the oxides and hydrides, the elements which were having the same formula, you can say same general formula of oxides and hydrides, they were put together in the same group and they were found to have similarity in chemical properties also. What is the second part asked here? Why did Mendeleev choose these elements? Like, why only oxides and hydrides were studied? Why only oxygen and hydrogen was chosen? The reason is that oxygen and hydrogen are very reactive elements. That is what Mendeleev wanted. He wanted an element that can react with all the elements known at that time so that he can study their oxides and hydrides. He can take out something common out of it. Okay, so because of their high reactivity, he chose oxygen and hydrogen. The next, how the formula of these compounds helped him in deciding the position of element. How did they help them? The same thing, that the elements, when he arranged in increasing order of the atomic masses, elements with the same formula of oxides and hydrides were repeating themselves. Like lithium oxide is Li2O, then sodium oxide is also Na2O, potassium oxide K2O. So you can see that all these elements belong to the same group. That is group number 1. Okay, the similar way he also talked about the hydrides. So that is what you were supposed to write in this answer. Have you guys attempted this? There was no choice given in this question. So I hope your answer is right there and you haven't written anything else and you have not beaten about the bush. At least I would say.
Yeah, and that's the end of another set, ma'am. That's all. I think we'll end the session for now because there's a VSPL session that is about to start now. So for all those, I am really sorry that we could not discuss the other set. I think we did not discuss set number 1, if I'm not wrong. So maybe we'll take up another session for that sometime soon. We'll try to discuss that as well. But yes, for now, I believe that's it from our side, right? And I hope that all of you guys cross-checked your answers and you're feeling more confident than ever. Right now it's time for you to forget about science, refresh, reset your mind, and start focusing on social science, right? So
social is the next exam, na?
Yes, yes,
right.
ma'am.
All the best, guys. Social mein to I can't even give any tips.
Ratta maro.
Ratta maro. I can make a video. Social mein what to not do, because whatever I tried, that didn't work for me.
We'll make a series of that also. What not to do.
What to not do in social studies exam. I'll make a video, guys. Maybe it can help.
Absolutely. I would love to watch that. But yeah, Ananya sir would be coming live for you guys for the next couple of days. He has a lot of things
also,
planned. Right?
Yeah. Ananya sir will be taking the marathon, guys, so you have to be there. Okay, like Anup sir's, the science entire marathon was helpful for you. The same will happen in social. So be there, attend it. The schedule will be shared on the channel. You can check the community page and Anup sir will upload a shot on it.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'll share what and all I did in social exam so that you can score 90%. All right.
Oh
Which
yeah.
apparently I did. All right. I apparently did score 90% in my social exam because the teacher was so good. Our history teacher was very good. So anyways, we'll see you guys hopefully.
Yeah, we'll see you next time. Yeah.
Next time. There's no next time, no. That's it. No. They're leaving.
No next. So no, like one next time would be there. I will be scheduling a session on the student reaction on term 2. Okay, that would be a Zoom session where I will be inviting the students. So like we did in the term 1 also, Noob sir, and students really enjoy that. They will get to see, okay, the common mistakes and stuff that we did. And so we will meet there. Plus, guys, one thing I will add on. If you did some silly mistakes or if somehow for a few % of students exam didn't went well, life doesn't end here. Okay, so it's okay, this too shall pass. You have to give your best in the next exam. Don't take the load of this thing. You have to take rest. Okay, mental rest is important, and know that we love you despite of the fact that you are going to score 40 on 40 or not. That doesn't matter. Okay, so no stress. You have to stay happy and optimistic. Get tiny vibes. Okay. That's all.
Yes, please do
And
that.
yeah,
Please
yeah,
do that. All right.
yeah,
Cation is are positive in nature, no? Like they are, right?
yeah, yes, sir.
So that's why cation.
Good.
Oh,
Yeah, that is the
wow,
guys.
wow. It's very nice, guys. So that that's yeah, as ma'am rightly mentioned, it's not the end of your life. It's just the
Yeah,
beginning. You're still very young, 14, 15 years old. Life is not started for you guys yet. So don't think about anything drastic because you had term one and term two. So even if you did a little bad in term two, term one is there for your rescue. So don't worry about that and relax yourself. Today take 1 or 2 hours to relax yourself. Go out, play for some time, and then get started with
yeah,
your social science. Take a nap if you have to, reset your brains, and then start with your social science preparations. All right. We wish you guys all the very best of luck. All right. I hope every one of you guys score really well and you're happy. More than scoring really well, I hope you're happy with your own performance. Right. At the end of the day,
right.
your satisfaction is what matters because I can assure you this that people who score 99% will also be sad. They'll be like, why did I lose at 1%? This is life. All right. So don't do
Right.
that to yourself. Don't do that to yourself. Be satisfied with whatever you've got and keep smiling, stay happy, chill. Life is long. It's only the first day. All right. So that's it, guys. Okay. Yeah. Take care, guys. Bye bye. Bye, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Bye, guys. Take care. See ya.
See you all. Bye bye, guys. Take care now.